Sir Gawain is this great character, he's a knight, he's a great character in English and kind of Celtic mythology, in medieval mythology. I think it's around the 13th, 14th century in England. And Sir Gawain is one of the most famous knights, if not the most famous knight, of King Arthur's Round Table, which most of us have heard of. And my favorite story is one in which Sir Gawain is set to be married. And Sir Gawain is kind of this very noble, very compassionate, has all the best characteristics of what it means to be a man and what it means to be a knight. And you would think that the story of his marriage would be this kind of prince-princess fairy tale, where he meets the woman of his dreams and they fall in love and they live happily ever after. But it's actually a very different story. It's a very interesting story. And the story begins with King Arthur bringing home a hideous, ugly, completely deformed woman back to his castle. And King Arthur had been trapped by her. She said, "Answer me one question. If you can answer me, what is it that women truly want? I'll let you go. If you can't answer it, you're going to take me home to your castle and you will make me the wife of your greatest knight." And King Arthur said a few different things he didn't really know, and he said, "Oh, women want confidence in men. Women want chivalry. Women want to be taken care of. They want security." He got it wrong every time. So he said, reluctantly brought her home to the castle, and reluctantly goes, of course, to Sir Gawain, and says, "Sir Gawain, you're my best knight. I'm very sorry to do this to you, sir, but you have to marry this forest creature that I brought home, and I can't even look at her, she's so ugly." So Sir Gawain listens to King Arthur, says, "Yes, my lord, because it is you, I will do it. I will do whatever you say." So he takes this woman and they have a wedding celebration at the castle, and all the other knights and everybody in the castles just feels sorry for Sir Gawain that he has to marry this woman that just is so gross and so disgusting. And even Sir Gawain can't barely hold himself. He can barely look at her, and he's saying, it's okay, I'll do it, this is what I've been fated to do, I'll do what I have to do. So after the wedding ceremony, they go into the bedroom, and Sir Gawain's walking in slowly, really just not looking forward to having to, do the deed on their honeymoon night, having to have sex with her for the first time. And so he gets undressed, gets into bed, he's sitting there like this, and then he turns around, and now that they're in the room together by themselves, he turns around and he sees the most beautiful woman he's ever seen in his life. Just absolutely gorgeous. And he says, what is going on? What's happened? I can't believe this is the woman that I've married. How do you look like this to me now? How is this happening? And she says, well, now you see the true me. This is really me. I actually am the way that you perceive me to be now, but I'm under a spell. And this spell can only be broken by the man who understands what it is that women truly want. But now that you see me, you have the choice, Sir Gawain. You may choose to have me, and this is the famous line in this tale. She says, "You may choose to have me foul by day and fair by night," which is what he has now. That is to say, she's just disgustingly ugly, physically completely unattractive during the daytime. But at night, when they're alone in the room, well, then she's fair. Then she's she's the most beautiful woman he's ever seen. So you can have me foul by day and fair by night. Or you may choose, if you wish, to have me fair by day and foul by night. So in the daytime, among all the other knights, and when he's out and about, and he has his woman by his side. She's gorgeous, and she's exactly the woman that he wants, physically, right? But at nighttime, when they're together alone, then she's back to being this hideous, deformed monster. And Sir Gawain is going through all these options, and he's thinking, wow, this is really a predicament that I'm in here, because either one that I choose really says a lot about his character, right? If you think about being in that situation, well, are we going to play to our vanity, and we're going to want to show off and have a gorgeous woman when we're out in public to our friends? But at nighttime, when we're intimate, you can't have that true connection, or you don't want to. Or do you want to go the other way around and say, you know what, screw all these people outside, I don't care about them, I don't care what they think, and at nighttime I want to be, at nighttime it can get hot and heavy and can be sexual. But then again, what are you really playing to there? You're really playing to your own desires and your own wants, sexually. As Sir Gawain's going through these thoughts, he realizes that all of these options that he's going through, they're really all about him. And they're only about what he is getting and what his benefits are out of this relationship, out of this marriage with his new wife. So he realizes this, and he realizes that, well, half the relationship is not only is it half about her and half about him, and he's not even paying attention to what she wants, it's actually her appearance that's being affected more than anything, even though he's getting the benefits or the not benefits from it. It's all about, it's actually her appearance and it's her life that's being affected. So he realizes this and says, my lady, this is not about me as much as it is about you. And if you're going to be my wife, I want to do one thing, and I want to leave that decision to you. And with that recognition that Sir Gawain had realized that it wasn't about him, that he was making decisions for his woman, for his wife, but he gave her the freedom and the ability to do all of these things herself. The spell was broken because he realized what it is that women really want, and he now had his bride fair by day and fair by night. The end.
It's this part of myself, this part of me that's communicating to you right now, the part of me that's my eyes looking into you. That's the part that matters, and that's the part that matters to her. So the more we're in touch with that, and the more we're aware of that, the more she's going to feel it when you talk to her. Just like right now, the way that I'm talking to you, because it brings us into the present moment.